Hi guys, Will, JIT Preparedness Info, and today we have a pretty good show going on. Why don't you guys come back? We're going to talk some basic survivalist stuff. So I'll tell you what, see you on the other side. No matter who you are or where you may come from, each and every day are full of challenges and must be conquered if you hope to endure and thrive. As you grow, you learn the vital skills that will help you succeed in life and triumph over adversity. Essential skills don't always come so naturally. You should never put yourself in a bad situation. When you're planning a journey into the unknown, it's best to be prepared for any eventuality. Having the right equipment and know how to use it is important. It can reduce almost any distraction. If you're ready to answer nature's beckoning call, you can at least be prepared to survive. This is meaning knowing how to use the tools that you have with you. What to pack in your backpack is important. Tents, the simplest shelter solution, easy to assemble protection from the elements. There are dozens of different tents out there, and each have their own benefits. A bedroll or a sleeping bag is a must for staying warm on a long, cold night. A plastic tarp is needed to go underneath your tent or sleeping bag and also can be used as a makeshift shelter or a solar still. Rain gear is worn as a poncho, not only keeps your clothes dry, but can be used as a tarp as well. Make sure that you have a few water bottles packed away and have different ways of purifying such things, such as filters, tablets, or maybe even boiling that you can use to grab some water, either from a stream or a lake or something like that. Food would be a good thing to bring on your trip. A little bit more than a little, and that way it keeps the critters out of it. Make sure you're bringing a good skillet to cook on. It can be just big enough, maybe to put some water in so you can boil the water. And don't forget some utensils like a fork or a spoon. I use a spork. Don't forget simple tools from scissors to a Swiss Army knife. Also, you're going to need to bring along some rope, at least a few yards. I hope you know how to tie good knots. If not, bring a book with knots in it, and so you can learn how to tie them. Fire starting tools are always a good tool to have around. Matches, lighters, or maybe a ferro rod. They would all be great for starting the fires. Another item you might need is a first aid kit. Make sure it has all the necessary items such as bandages or ointments, medicines, tools, sterilization, and antibiotics. These are all the key first aid elements needed to carry with you. Another item that you have to have is bug spray. Biting bugs bring diseases, so bring along the spray. Another good item that you need to bring along is sun protection because exposure to the sun rays can be damaging to your body. So bring on the sunscreen. Batteries. Batteries are going to be another one. You bring a radio or a two-way radio, you're going to need batteries. You're going to have that power. Another thing that you're going to need are extra clothes. Temperature conditions can fluctuate in the wild, so always have an extra set of dry, warm clothes. Another good thing to have in there are maps and compasses, and they'll get you. You can get into the wilderness no problem, but getting out is another thing altogether. So make sure you bring proper tools to get you back home again safely. It would be to your advantage to be trained in how to use the sky as a map. That way you're always knowing how to get home. A good fire provides a lot of light for you at night, but you can't take it with you. Therefore, you need to have a good flashlight or headlamp. Headlamps are good because you don't need your hands. You can have your hands doing other things like cooking or making the fire. A knife is always a good thing to have with you in your backpack. The old standby is the Swiss Army knife, and people like them because of all the little handy gadgets on them. I like the can opener and the bottle opener, the corkscrew, the screwdriver, the file, of course, and then there's always the scissors that are built in, along with various blades. A small handheld hatchet could be as valuable. You could use it to split wood or even break branches for shelter. So another good thing to have along with you on your trip is a shovel. They come in handy for digging fire pits, extinguishing fires, or just to reach underground to find a water resource, or even make an emergency shelter. Let's think about another handy thing to have around, which is binoculars, so you can see distant objects, so you can don't have to be up close and personal to see poisonous critters and stuff like that. You should always have a multi-band radio. That's so you can hear weather reports or get local news, or just have time to listen to what's going on in your area. Two-way radios are always great to have, and they'll keep you in touch with each other if you guys were to get separated from one another. They would come in very handy. Remember, I told you to bring a rope, right? You need to learn some knots. So if you throw you a little knot book in there, that gives you something to do when you're not doing anything. The easy ones that I know and learned were a square knot, a bow, and even a clove knot. Those are pretty easy ones to remember and learn. So those are the ones I learned first. When you're out, you should consider wearing a brimmed hat. A brimmed hat can serve several things, such as keeping the sun or wind out of your face. It can also keep your head warm, or a bright colored one will make you easily seen. And if you wear a scarf or anything, you can keep that around your neck and use that also as a signal. Things like that. Those are all things to think about. Make sure they're bright colored. Choosing your attire wisely can save you from getting soaked, sunburned, scraped, bitten, or even covered in a rash. Wearing multiple layers, which can be removed necessarily, can be the easiest way to go. Think about it. You're already wearing layers because you know what climate you're in. The first layer is lightweight and easy to move in and is a breathable fabric, right? The second layer should be long and protective and made from something a little more durable. The third layer should be water and wind resistant, to protect you from the elements. While t-shirts and shorts may seem like the answer in hot climates, long sleeves and pant legs can protect you from the bug bites, sunburns, and contact with poisonous plants. Long sleeves using light fabric may protect you uh, in increasing heat. As far as footwear goes, sneakers and sandals aren't always the best thing to wear in the wilderness. Make sure that you have a great pair of waterproof hiking boots to traverse the rugged terrain. A good pair of wool socks with some blister pads to make sure that take care of your feet. Your healthy feet are happy feet. Okay, in closing, there are different fabrics to protect you. Synthetic materials like spandex are great at relaxing moisture and excessive heat, keeping you drier and more cooler throughout the day. Natural fibers like cotton, although breathable, tend to trap moisture and can become quite uncomfortable under extreme uh, concerns. And the exception is wool. Wool is the world's wonder fabric. All right, that's it for this session. I hope I gave you plenty of information on survival. If you have any questions or comments, make sure that you're leaving them down below. I'm still learning this teleprompter stuff, so if you have any concerns on that, make sure you put that down below too. Make sure that you're coming to the live streams on Mondays at 11:30 a.m. Uh, Mountain Standard Time, of course, and I'm not going to go into figuring it all out because I always mess it up. So it's 11:30 Mountain Standard Time on Mondays, and then on Thursdays we always have a topic day. So that starts at 1 p.m. and I'd like to see all you guys there for that. If you have any friends that are coming by, make sure you point them in my direction. As usual, if you're not subscribed to my channel, make sure you're hitting that red button and the bell so that you know when I'm going to be around. And I hope that's good enough for you guys for this one because I ran out of things to say. So, as usual, can't do any of them without you guys. Uh, God bless you, and I'll see you out there.